Hey, it's Gav from Hiking for Health, and today I'm going to be unboxing the OEX Tacana Stove, which is currently on sale at Go Outdoors for £39 with a membership card and is full price at £90. I also have with me my OEX Hero stove, which I can compare it to, and that's currently on sale at £42 from Go Outdoors, but full price also £90. So I'll get started, I'll unbox it all, we'll have a look at it, and then we'll compare between the Tacana stove, the Hero, and I've also got with me my JETBOIL Minimum, and we can have a bit of a look at that as well. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. So the Tacana Solo Stove set comes in this box, and then when you open it, it comes in this bag. So let's have a look and see. Quite a snug fit. It's quite a size also. If I was to compare that with this Hero stove, the Tacana comes in this bag with a little bit of mesh at the top, with a drawstring to tighten it all up, and the Hero Solo stove comes in this bag, which is just mesh, but also with a drawstring at the top to tie it up. So the first thing you have to do, it comes with this little metal clip at the top. You have to clip that off, and then you can open the handle. And then there's this holder here to open the lid. The lids are plastic. And then inside we have the pot support, so you can use other pots and pans with your Tacana stove. Feels well built. These turn around, and then we'll see how that fits later. And it also comes with one of these stands, which you can buy separately and Go Outdoors. I have one for my Minimo, but they're always useful to give you that stability. And then lastly, we have the burner, which looks like this. There's your regulator, and there's your igniter, and feels well built, feels well made and sturdy. So similar to the Hero, but just slightly larger, and with the stand and the pot support. So let's put it all together and see what it looks like. So with everything out, you can see that the Tacana comes with the lid, the pot support, the burner, and the stand, whereas the OEX Hero, which is here, only came with its own lid. It came with its burner, but it didn't come with one of these and one of these. And in a previous review of the Hero stove, I showed all that, and you can see that on my channel. But the size of the gas canisters, here we have a 110 gram gas canister, and next to it is a 230. Now the OEX Hero stove will fit one of these with 110 gram, but not the 230, whereas the Tacana stove will fit one of these into it, which is great if you want to pack everything down well. Size-wise, compared with the Minimo, we can see quite similar in size and width, but the Tacana has more of a volume, and I'll find out those for you. You can see inside the pot the markings for the volume it will hold are visible. It will hold 1 litre, probably a little more there, but probably wouldn't advise going any further than that. Nice clean pot, it's got a great sturdy handle, and this neoprene sleeve will also insulate to keep it warm and help boil times. This moves up and down, so that holds the handle in place, and when you're not using it, you just pull it down so it's out of the way. That's the Tacana Solo cook system. So what I'll do now is I'll take everything outside. I'll do a boil test to see how long it takes to boil 500 millilitres of water, a litre of water, and I'll also pop on the JETBOIL skillet to see how this fits when the pan support is being used. It's great because the JETBOIL skillet's got these ridges here, and the pan support also has them, so that you get a snug fit, which hopefully doesn't see much movement. Okay, so I'll move everything outside and then we'll do a boil test. So let's build everything up and give it a test. So I'll be using an MSR 110 gram gas canister. It's been in the house, so it's nice and warm. I've just brought it outside. It's a bit nippy out here, but it's good enough to do the test. So what I'll do is attach the gas to the Tacana stove. Okay, so it's nice and secure, not too tight. And then the next thing, if I wanted to, I'm on a nice flat surface, but I could attach my pot support. Now, because it's the smaller of the gas canisters, it will be the first connector, but not quite as snug as the JETBOIL, I must admit. The JETBOIL's usually, when it's attached, it's quite stable there, but this one moves. But that's fine. Once it's down, it will be nice and sturdy for what we need to do. So test one, I'm going to see how long it takes to boil half a litre, 500 millilitres of water. There we go, spot on. So I'll get it all set up, put the lid on, and then I'll get my stopwatch started. The contents in the box: you've got one heat exchange pot with the neoprene insulated cover, one vented pot lid, a stove base, a stove converter for use with other pot sizes, and a canister stand. Now it says here that the whole unit packs away within itself, and that can be also including a 230 gram gas canister. So there's your pot stand goes in first, then your burner, then your gas, then your pan support, and then the lid, and we'll try that after the boil test. So when you're igniting your burner, it's always advised to light it before attaching the pot, because otherwise you can cause damage to the pot. And so here I've got my regulator, there I've got my igniter switch. So it's a case of gas is all securely fitted. So I turn that on, then click, and then the gas ignites the flame. Now, this comes with these little notches here, which fit. There are two, there's one there and one on the other side, and then they fit securely in. You need to twist, but you need to be really careful, coming from above, and then place on and turn, and then I will start my stopwatch. Place the lid on, and let's see how long it takes to boil 500 mils of water. You can see that the lid is vented. It's a really good system, and for £42, no, £39, £42 the Hero, £39 at the moment is a bargain for this stove, especially when you consider that the pan support and the stand can be bought separately, and they're quite a price. I'll find out what they cost, and I'll put it on the screen now. Okay, we're up to 149. Let's see how we're getting on. Not bad. Not quite boiling yet though. So we're getting there. We're at 3 minutes and 36. You can see we're getting there, but still not quite boiling. Okay, we're boiling, and that was 4 minutes and 35 seconds, which isn't great. Not as good as the JETBOIL Minimum and the OEX Hero stove, but still, you know, not bad at all. So how does the pot support work? Well, you've got these attachments here with the grooves, and there are these little bits that stick out on the burner, and then you place it securely onto the stand. It's a bit of a faff, but when you get there it's all right. And then what you do is you turn it and you twist, and then that now is secure. Now this pot support doesn't fit the OEX Hero stove. There are reviews on YouTube that show how you can change this by, I think you have to cut a little bit out of the pot support, so because the burner is in the way. But yeah, so it can be used for the Hero if you amend it and do a bit of modding, but it fits this one obviously perfect. So here we have the JETBOIL skillet, which is an excellent pan. Comes with the spatula here, and you need to click that out first before you then squeeze the end together, and then the pan handle opens like that. Now the JETBOIL skillet has these ridges which then goes onto the top of the pot support here and keeps everything in place without it slipping. So it's a nice snug fit with the Tacana. Great for cooking up when you're wild camping. I can't rate that JETBOIL skillet highly enough. It's been absolutely fantastic, and the non-stick here is brilliant. I did buy an OEX pan for about 12 quid, and it didn't last 5 minutes, so I'd recommend buying one of these. They're fantastic. They are pricey, but they're great. So if you're starting off and you need a stove, I would recommend both the OEX Hero stove, which is the newer of the two. That's currently on sale for £42 at Go Outdoors, I believe. But this one is £39. Comes with the pot support, the stand, and a bigger volume pot. As you can see, it's all very secure, all fits well, and a good investment, I think. Right, so the final thing to do is to see whether it does all go together like it says on the box. Now, I don't always like doing this myself. If you are going to do it, I advise using some form of cloth inside your pot, the type of cloth you'd get if you had a glasses case, that type of non-scratch material. Now, the order it's supposed to go in is the pot stand first, so that would need to be closed up, and that gets placed in the pot at the bottom. Then it's supposed to be the burner, and it will fit a 230 gram gas canister. I would advise putting that on here first. Now the burner has these little bumps for the pan support, so in order for it to work and all come together, that has to be placed on top, and you've got to push down a bit to click. Now, I'm not 100% happy doing that all the time. I don't mind doing it for the purpose of this test, but I think that is safe under there, but I wouldn't want to damage my burner. But anyway, so it clicks in. You have to give a little bit of force there, and then that clicks down. You have to make sure that the lid is off the top of the gas, and then that fits in here. It's a bit of a faff, and then eventually it will sit in there. The pot support has to be placed upside down with everything closed, so all the bits need to be closed, and that sits on the top. And then the final thing to do is the lid, and the lid sits on top. So everything can fit securely in the pan if you want it to, and then the handle comes over the top, and you can see that the top of the lid has a plastic holder, and that needs to be turned in the correct place, and then the little metal attachment needs raising up again, and then that place is just there where the handle is. So everything fits inside with a 230 gram gas canister, so it's all nice and secure. So what are my final thoughts? Well, for £39 with a Go Outdoors membership, for a complete cook set with a stand, with a pot support, neoprene case, I would say it's a great bargain. It's a great bargain to have if you're after something like this. The boil time outside, I would say it was on the slow side, but reflecting, it is cold today. It's 5 degrees outside. The regulator was on full. It had the lid on, so those two things are all fine. The gas I was using is a fairly new gas can, so it's not like it was the end of its life. The only thing is it was cold outside, so that will have affected the boil time, I'm sure. But in the warmer days, it will be faster. But if you're after something like this is something you're looking for, then I would say for 39 quid, it's an absolute steal. The Solo Stove, in size comparison, looks like that. And the JETBOIL next to it is there. So there's your Hero Stove, your Tacana Stove, and the JETBOIL Minimum. And all great stoves. This would be my stove of choice, but having the option is great. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've got something from it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on another gear review in the future.